Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Irish Warriors MMA show. Today we have Nate the Great Kelly. Nate, how are you doing today?
Thanks for having me on. Happy to
No,
be here.
no worries, no worries. So, obviously, we have the PFL on tonight. We have one of our own, Paul Hughes, fighting. What is your prediction for the main event tonight?
I'll have to go with Francis Ngannou, I think.
Yeah,
Um, I don't know. I think he's too experienced, too good, and I think he gets the job done. I think he takes him out there. I think he'll finish either KO or TKO inside the first three rounds. That'd be my prediction.
yeah, no, I would agree with you. Anyone who can do what he did to someone like Stipe Miocic is a bad motherfucker. So, so you're off to Uzbekistan in a few weeks to compete in the IMMAFS. What are your expectations going into such a major international tournament? And has your preparation been any different? Has it been more stressful? Have you, or kind of, how has it changed compared to your usual training, kind of coming up to this event?
My expectations are, of course, like gold medal. You know what I mean? I'm going over there not just to participate. I'm going over there to win. That's always my mindset with anything I do. I want to be first, and I want to win. So that's my first goal. Always is to come out on top. So, and with the preparation, no, nothing's really changed drastically. Obviously the last few fights have been big fights, and same kind of mentality going into this one. It's a big fight. It's a big tournament, and yeah, it's been the same preparation. Been a
Yeah,
good camp. I've trained extremely hard, of course, like always. And yeah, I haven't taken my foot off the gas. Even I haven't fought since June, but I've been putting in a lot of work outside of camp. So I've been getting better, evolving my game, and I'm excited to go over here now in just over 2 weeks' time and show them improvements.
good. As an amateur, you've had a really unique opportunity to compete in some really high-profile promotions like the PFL, like Bellator. How have those experiences shaped you as a fighter, and what lessons did you take away from competing on such a big stage this early on in your career?
I think the biggest lessons I took away was how to deal with pressure and how to deal with those like big moments. Obviously, it's they're in big arenas and in front of a lot of people, and there's a lot of people watching, and there's a lot of obviously eyes on me, especially for the last one. And they're getting bigger and bigger every time. So it's just how to deal with that pressure and how to use it, not for bad but for good. Like that, them feelings that you get, like that
Yeah,
nervous energy and the butterflies and everything, and not running away from it, not hiding from it, about embracing it. And yeah, I think I'm getting better at it every time. And same with this now. Obviously, doesn't feel the same amount of pressure because you're not the only focus. Do you know what I mean? There'll be three cages going. There'll be different people fighting, obviously different countries watching their guys. So it's not going to be just all eyes on me for them few minutes that I'm in the cage. So I think there's a bit of pressure taken off me for this one, and I'm enjoying it. But
yeah.
yeah, it's just about dealing with that pressure and not running away from it, not hiding from it, just embracing it and going out there and performing. So I think that's the biggest lessons that I've taken away.
Yeah, I believe John Jones has a great quote which sums up what you said. Butterflies in formation when instead of having those butterflies against you, you align them and you use that anxious energy and you push forward with it.
Yeah, exactly. That's actually one of the quotes that I always think of and refer to when I talk about it. Is like, yeah, everybody has them feelings. The guy you're fighting has them exact same feelings. You know what I mean? It's normal for you humans to
Yeah.
be going into a cage to fight someone and they feel nervous. You know what I mean? If
Yeah,
people say
everyone's
they're not
nervous.
nervous,
Exactly, yeah.
they're definitely lying. So it's just about how you deal with it. And it's not a bad thing feeling that them nerves and them butterflies. It's normal. It's any human being in the world would feel like that way. So you just need to use it to your advantage. And I think I'm
Yeah.
getting better now. I'm learning more how to use it in that positive way and to let it all flow in the cage. So
Now, I've only seen this about an hour ago, but you've just announced a major partnership with Venom, a major combat sports gear brand. How did that partnership come about, and what does it mean to you as an athlete and as a person to be supported by a brand like Venom?
yeah, it's huge. I've been a big fan of Venom. Obviously, I've been in the sport since I'm 7 years of age, and Venom's been around since then. Do you know what I mean? Like it's one of the
Yeah,
biggest brands in the space, and to be partnered with a brand of that magnitude and that like they're like, do you know what I mean? It's crazy.
yeah,
Like it's a dream to reality stuff. Like I keep saying that and I keep going back to that. Like I just need to remind myself of how grateful I am and how blessed I am to be getting these opportunities. And as I said, it's unbelievable. Like I'm so excited to. Obviously, it's only a fresh partnership. I've literally only announced it there a few hours ago. But I expect big things to come from both of us and a great partnership going forward. And yeah, I'm super excited to be working with the brand. It's amazing. Yeah.
Yeah. Now I'm sure you've been asked this question hundreds of times throughout your career, but you've had the chance to train under people like Connor and like John Kavanagh at SPG. How have they influenced your development as a fighter? And do you have any major takeaways that you can kind of tell us from working with such a high level team?
Yeah, I say it all the time. Like you are who you surround yourself with. So to be surrounding myself with these people from such a young age, it's definitely rubbed off on me. Like Connor, basically made a blueprint for any young fighter, especially a young Irish fighter
Yeah.
from the same gym. It's no secret how he's gotten to where he is. Obviously he's living like the ultra rich life now, but one day he was just a normal young fella like me, and he made all that possible through hard work and going 100% in on his dreams. And to be around him since such a young age, and for him to give me obviously great advice, and to see the way he trains and how hard he's worked to get to where he is, and then to have the main man John Kavanagh in my corner for my fights, and then in my corner for life. Do you know what I mean? He's not just a
Yeah.
coach. Whenever I need a steering talking to, I know John will be there to give me one of them. And whenever I need that, I know that John's there. You know what I mean? He's not even just such a good coach. He's such a good person, and to have him in my life and as my coach, it's a blessing. Like I'm so grateful to be surrounded by these people. You are who you surround yourself with, and I can't surround myself with better people, in my opinion. So.
Yeah. So I'm hearing some potential rumors of a Ireland card in January or February. You're on a three-fight win streak at the moment, three submissions, two in the first round, one in the second round. Are we looking for another early submission, or are you now trying to go off to show your kickboxing pedigree?
It's a funny one. Like last fight, I was saying I want to go out there and show me striking and stuff, and then it's just in a fight. It's just when opportunities present itself,
Yeah,
you can't plan for them things. I didn't plan for him to enter in the grappling exchanges, and then I kind of just went in that way, and then
yeah,
yeah, it's I don't know. It's a weird one. Like you can't really plan for these things. I think in the last fight, I got to show a little bit more of me striking. I landed a few nice shots on the feet, and then obviously it went to the ground, and it finished fairly early there, but. Of course, I want to show more of my game. I don't think that people have seen my entire game yet. And I'm only developing now. I feel like I'm developing a lot more now as a fighter. Giving them fights and obviously competing in such short distance of time, you learn so much during the camps and in the cage. So next time out, I think I just want to show more of my game. I think I'm very, very good everywhere. I don't think I have any holes in my game, and sometimes that doesn't play in their hands because on the feet, you can't. Somebody doesn't want to strike with you, and then it goes to the ground, and then you're finishing them there. So
yeah,
it's it's a tricky one, but yeah, no, 100%. Next time out, I'd love to show some more of my game, and especially the improvements and the developments I've made. And by the time the next time by the time the next time comes around that I'm in that Bellator or PFL cage, I feel like I'll be a complete different fighter again. You know what I mean? So I'm excited to get back in there and to show what I can do and to show what I'm capable of. So
yeah. So continuing on from that question, looking at your future in MMA for this next kind of fight in Bellator or the PFL, are there any specific opponents or names that you're particularly keen to face, either on the amateur level, kind of at the moment, or even in a couple of years down the lane at a professional level?
yeah, I'd love as you could see on the Instagram, I was calling out Malik Bashiel for a while. He's another flyweight amateur signed to the PFL. And I think it's a great fight. I think it's a brilliant matchup. You know what I mean? It's by no means necessary. Am I calling him out because he's an easy fight? He's a
Yeah,
incredibly gifted fighter. He's very talented, and he's shown that through his performances. He has an unbelievable record, and I think he's had three fights now at the PFL as well, and he's won them all. So I think that if he does stay amateur for the new year, and there's a card with a slot for us to get on, that's 100% the fight that would be in my mind. But saying that whoever they put in front of me, like always, I do not mind. You know what I mean? It's just an opponent at the end of the day. They're on the same path as me. They want to go out there and beat me. I want to go out there and beat them. It's a fight. That's all it is. So whoever it is, I don't mind whatsoever. I just I'm buzzing to get back in there. And if it is against Malik, then I'll be happy. But
yeah,
whoever they put in front of me, I'll be good to go. So.
that's good. That's good to hear. So you've been actively competing and rising through the ranks of amateur MMA. What's your timeline for turning professional? Do you feel that it will be within 2025 or early 2026? And what steps do you feel you need to take before making that leap to professional?
Like as I said, like I'm developing now my game a lot more rapidly. I feel like the last year or so, like if you watch my first few amateur fights, like compared to the fighter that I am now, I feel like I'm almost a complete different fighter.
Yeah,
So I think I want to give myself some more time and most importantly, listen to my coaches, Dave Roach and John Kavanagh, and they obviously have my best interest. They know what's best for me, and they'll guide me along that path. So I don't really have like a specific timeline on the exact date that I'd like to go professional just yet. But
yeah,
we'll see how this IMMAF goes. If it goes the way I think it will, and that's a gold medal around my neck, and then maybe get a few more in the new year, or we'll see what happens. There's no specific timeline, but
yeah.
sooner rather than later, I think 100%. I'll be making that jump and going professional. So
That'll be brilliant. Irish MMA has been on the rise in the past couple of years, and as time is going on, it's just getting bigger and bigger and bigger. With more fighters getting international recognition, how do you feel about representing Ireland in the sport, and how important is it to you to carry that flag on your shoulders throughout your future career?
yeah, I say it all the time. It means everything to me. Walking out with that tricolour wrapped around me, that flag. I've competed for my country since I'm a kid. I think the first time I competed in kickboxing, world championship level, I was like 10 years of age, 9, 10 years of age. So I've proudly since 10 years now carried that tricolour into battle, and I'll continue to do it throughout my whole career. Do you know what I mean? It means everything. That's what
Yeah,
we do it for. We do it for our flag, family, country. This is the most important things to me. So to be able to go again now at the IMMAFS and wrap that tricolour around me and go out and fight for my country, it means everything to me. So I'm grateful to be given the opportunity to go and do my country proud yet again.
yeah. So the IMF World Championships have been a launchpad for fighters into these larger promotions. What does competing in these prestigious events mean for your career? And do you feel it is a stepping stone to sign with the major promotions in the future, like the UFC eventually once you turn professional? Because a lot of UFC fighters have gone through Raul Rosas, Makayev Mohammed, or whatever his name is. They've all gone through the IMFs.
Yeah, I think the IMMAFS is a brilliant proving ground. Do you know what I mean? It's all the best fighters from all over the world. The guys that are going to be competing against. You're not going to get any easy fights. So it's the two best selected from each country go over, and
Yeah,
we all have a good fight, and whoever comes out on top comes out on top. So it's an unbelievable proving ground to test your skills against the best people in the world, and there's no really better proving ground like other than the IMMAF scene to go out and test your skills against the best competition.
yeah,
I've been obviously given a brilliant opportunity with the PFL and Bellator to
yeah,
develop my game under the bright lights as well with them. So I think the mix of both developing my game on them big stages with the PFL and Bellator shows, and then going and doing this IMAF competition against such high level competition, I think it'll just stand to me over
yeah,
time in my professional career. And when I do go on and continue my professional career with the PFL and Bellator, I think that my game will just be developed so much more by doing these competitions. So I'm really excited to get over there and get it going.
balancing amateur competition and sponsorships like Venom, do you feel that now there is a much bigger additional pressure to perform or to meet expectations, especially now with the eyes of sponsorships and the eyes of kind of the PFL and Bellator watching your progress?
Yeah, like I always say, pressure is nothing new to me. Like I've had a name and a target on my back since I'm a kid. Any competition I've entered or anything that I've done, there's always been like my name there, and people are looking at me, and I've always had eyeballs on me. So it's nothing new to me
Yeah,
whatsoever. So I don't think of fight as like trying to impress anyone. I just think of it as going out there and just doing what I do. I know if I go out there and do what I do and I do what I do best, and that's perform, and I know that the rest will look after itself. So I try not to put any added pressure on myself. Of course, there's pressure, but it's about how you deal with it, and it's about understanding that pressure is a privilege. There's people
yeah,
that would kill to be in the spot that I am and have the opportunities that I have right now. So I don't look at it as a negative thing whatsoever. Pressure is a privilege, and it makes diamonds. So I'm ready again to go over to Uzbekistan November 5th to November 10th and show that pressure makes diamonds and come back with a gold medal around my neck.
MMA is constantly evolving as a sport, with fighters needing to be well-rounded in various different disciplines. How do you balance your training with striking and grappling and conditioning to stay sharp in all these different areas?
Yeah, it's tough. It's almost too many training sessions during a week, you know. So I do MMA every single morning, and then I mix that in the evening. Then, like in the evening time, I could be back down for grappling session. As I said, strength and conditioning, sparring, kickboxing, boxing, whatever it is, pads. I'm always doing like a different session in the morning than the night, and then sometimes doing something in the middle of the day and trying to get me cardio in. I'm running as well. It's
Yeah,
hectic, do you know what I mean? Like it's very hectic, and I'm still an amateur fighter, so it's not a job yet. It's not a full-time job that the professionals have, so it's extremely difficult to try and balance everything. But I make it work. I make it work. Just about. I don't have time for much else, but that's the way I want this. So I dedicate all my time into this, and I know one day it'll pay me back. So.
and I also noticed you've been doing a little bit of coaching as well with Train Alta. Well, I'm not sure. Are you still doing that, or how have you found now coming at it from the coaching perspective? How have you enjoyed that? Have you found it's quite a fresh outlook on the sport of MMA?
Yeah, I love coaching. I think it's one of the things that actually developed my game a lot as well. Like, because when you're showing techniques, you know, you can't be showing them wrong, especially to the guys in training out there, you know, they're complete beginners coming in. So I don't want to be showing them the wrong techniques or the wrong way to do it. And then they go try and do that in a fight, and then it's like, oh well, that's on my head, you know what I mean? So
Yeah, yeah,
it's something that you have to put a lot of time into what you're teaching, what you're showing them, and I really really enjoy it. I think I've been the head coach of the trying out the program now for I think 2 or 3 seasons or more, even it could be a little bit more than that, and I really do enjoy it. You know, especially the trying out the program. Like it's as I say, complete beginners coming in. They do a 20-week MMA course essentially, and then they could go and fight at the end of it. So it's brilliant to see people coming in with like no sports background, no background on that, and just came in from an office job or a construction site or wherever it is, and then they just fully immerse themselves in training and go in and fight somebody. It's amazing. So it's changing people's lives through martial arts, and I'm just happy to be a part of the program and to be a coach. It's unbelievable. Yeah.
yeah. So we'll end it with one final question. You've built a strong foundation in your MMA career, but looking ahead, what are your biggest improvements or skills you're going to be focusing on for the next couple of years to elevate your game to that final level?
I don't. I think obviously MMA now, like it's not like back in the day where you can be an expert in one department and like
Yeah,
lack a little bit in the other. So I've really tried now to just tune up all my different skills. You know, my wrestling, grappling, clinch work, kickboxing, boxing, everything. Like trying to fit it all together then as well into that one big puzzle. And I think I'm still figuring that out. Like what works best for me and what doesn't, and taking things out and bringing things in and still trying new things and trying to develop my game and trying to like establish myself and my style as a fighter, which I think I'm still learning to do. You know, I'm still early on in my MMA career, of course, and I think over time, eventually, I'll have my own style and my own like the own way I do things. You know, it's
yeah,
trying to just take different bits off different people's games, and it's just like a one big puzzle. That's the way I kind of look like MMA now. It's one big puzzle, and it's just trying to solve things. You know, it'll never be finished. It can never be complete because you'll never know everything. So it's just trying to find those little bits of the puzzle, what works for you, what doesn't, taking it back out, putting it back in, and constantly changing things around. So I like it. I look at it almost like a game or something. You know, you're trying to figure things out and trying to put things together, and
yeah.
yeah, it's quite fun,
As my
quite
coach
tough,
Gareth,
but quite fun. So
oh
I
yeah,
enjoy.
as my coach Gareth says, and the eternal beginner, you're always a beginner because you're always beginning with new things, and it's just a constantly evolving, changing game.
Yeah, exactly. You can never know anything in this sport. You know, you think you know everything, and then next week or next day, or there's people probably making new moves as we speak, and they're like,
Yeah,
it's just that's why I find it so fun, and why I found it so fun from the start is that you'll never know everything, so you just need to be constantly learning, constantly developing, and be constantly open to learning and developing your game, and that's what I've really put time into now over this last while. It's just not thinking whatsoever that I'm a finished product because I know I'm nowhere near a finished product and I probably never will be. I don't think anybody ever is.
Yeah.
You know, there's always something that you can improve on or something that you can develop, and that's really what I've been focusing on now for the last while.
Okay. That has been Nate the Great Kelly. Thank you very much for coming on, Nate. I'm very, very grateful. Okay. Best of luck in
Thanks
Uzbekistan.
for having me on, bro. I really enjoyed it.
No worries. Thank you. Yeah. Best of luck in Uzbekistan. I'll be watching very closely.
Let's go.
See you later. Bye bye.